How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another video. So I think it is absolutely fair to say that Star Wars games are about to change forever. In a way, they've already begun to change with the release of LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. And we've made a couple videos in the past couple weeks talking about how big the game has become and how it's been just such a home run for the Star Wars game space that was just so sorely needed, like, to put it lightly. But the next month and a half is going to be seriously massive for Star Wars games, and we are about to learn a lot about the future. We're going to start seeing some more reveals. We're 99.9% likely to be seeing our first look at the Jedi Fallen Order sequel, and we have a lot of different reliable sources backing that up. And some of this information we're going to go over in this video got absolutely lost in the release of the Skywalker Saga, so a lot of people have actually kind of missed this completely, and it really bumps up the likelihood of seeing a big reveal for Fallen Order sequel at Star Wars Celebration in just over a month's time. So we're of course going to get into that. We also have an EA earnings call right around the corner, so we can more than likely expect to hear something regarding EA's plans for future Star Wars games, as it's clearly going to be a big part of EA's direction going forward. As since their last earnings call, they did announce that they are working on 3 new Star Wars games, so we could hear more on those, and the Skywalker Saga still has a bunch of character pack content to be added to the game. All of this is going to be going on in the next 5 or so weeks. So there is a lot to be excited for, to say the very least, and we're going to talk about it all in this video. So this video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. These days you need to be using a VPN, as there are some real dodgy people out there on the internet trying to get all kinds of information from you, and every time you go on the internet your private information is at risk. Now, I've been using Surfshark VPN for a while now, and I assure you they have you covered. And one of the best things about Surfshark VPN for me has been allowing me to access US Netflix and just change my location wherever I am. Because down under, Australian Netflix, it just absolutely sucks. So in just a few seconds I can change my location and can actually watch something decent. Combine all of this with the fact that you will be keeping yourself safe from hackers, and all your private information will be safe and secured. And that's even if you're on public Wi-Fi. And you can even share one account with your friends, as you can use unlimited devices off the one subscription. Surfshark VPN is just a no-brainer, guys. If you can spend money on countless overpriced streaming fee subscriptions every month, then a dirt cheap subscription fee for maximum protection online is a complete no-brainer. But regardless, lucky for you guys, Surfshark VPN is hooking us up with 83% off and an extra 3 months for free when you use the code OzzyJedi through the link in the description down below. So go through that link, get yourself protected online, guys, and a big thank you to Surfshark VPN for sponsoring this video. So, Jedi Fallen Order's sequel. We're all really excited to see what Respawn can do with this long-awaited sequel. We've known about it for a long time now, and we just haven't seen a damn thing on it. Well, that's almost certainly going to be changing in about 5 weeks' time. Star Wars Celebration is taking place at the end of May, and it's going to be probably the biggest Star Wars celebration in a long time, not just for shows and movies, but for Star Wars games. It's almost as if, because Celebration got delayed so much because of the pandemic, that this is just going to be making up for all those years lost. Now, Star Wars games specifically at Celebration, what can we expect? Well, I can tell you for certain that there will be Star Wars games present at Celebration. That much is very clear. Now, a lot of fingers also point to Jedi Fallen Order getting its reveal at Celebration. We made a video a couple months ago discussing Bespin Bulletin and Jeff Grubb, who are both basically the most reliable industry insiders going around. And both of them fell onto the same information from different sources, basically cross-confirming the presence of a Fallen Order sequel reveal at Celebration. Now, they did say that it was possible that it could come later, but since that happened, it was revealed that E3 and EA Play Live will not be happening this year. They have been cancelled. How they managed to hold events in 2020 and 2021, but not this year when the world has actually started to somewhat get back to normal, it just completely blows my mind. But for Star Wars games, this basically puts all reveals that we would have been getting at those events to Star Wars Celebration, except for those that would have only been able to have been revealed in June or July when E3 and EA Play Live would have taken place. So, it looks like Celebration is where everything is just going to be going down this year. So, the Fallen Order sequel, Bespin Bulletin came out with this information basically on the release of the Skywalker saga. So like I said earlier in the video, it kind of just got lost in the background noise, but he went on to say this. You can expect a panel to feature the sequel to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. As I'd previously reported, the game was planned to be shown at the event. However, I don't know if it would get a panel itself or be part of a larger video game panel. So basically, the game wouldn't be featuring on a panel unless what was getting revealed was actually worthwhile. So this basically rules out like a logo reveal or a release date or just those smaller things. This should without a doubt be a full reveal. Without doubt, a trailer for the game and possibly a release date and maybe even gameplay reveal. Now, the reason I wouldn't be surprised if we get all of this is because according to these same sources, the game could potentially be getting released this year, but possibly next year as well. That's always going to be up in the air, especially in these times. Now, something like that wouldn't be floating around unless the game was actually in a spot in its development cycle where it could have a reveal like this at Star Wars Celebration. And there has been several strong rumors that the first Fallen Order game's composer was back in the studio working on a new EA project, which would probably be the Fallen Order sequel. Now, I'm no expert on game development processes, but it's fair to assume that the composing for a game would come after the meat and potatoes of the production was done. So this game seems to be fairly far along, which it should be. They've been working on it for a while. Now, all of this is just hearsay from, to be very fair, reliable and proven sources, but take it all with a grain of salt at the same time, I have to say that. But, moral of the story, expect good things for Fallen Order in May. Now, we know of around 10 or so Star Wars games that are going to be coming in future, and most of them we haven't heard anything about for just over a year. So now is the time where things are going to start happening. Don't forget, it's not just EA that handle the Star Wars games anymore. Star Wars games are expanding well beyond EA, and Lucasfilm Games have already confirmed multiple Star Wars games with other publishers. So it's very possible that we could be hearing more from those at Celebration as well. So if EA let us down, Lucasfilm Games definitely won't. So moving on to the next part of the video. It isn't just Celebration that we have to be excited about. There is also a chance of hearing more about EA's future Star Wars games just a little bit before Celebration, so just a couple weeks away. EA's earnings calls have been something that we always keep an eye on, as there tends to be some stuff there for Star Wars games. I mean, Battlefront 2 pretty much got confirmed on an earnings call, so these things are absolutely worth keeping an eye on. Now, up until about 2 months ago, these calls had been pretty lean on Star Wars game news, which a lot of people found incredibly frustrating. But considering EA revealed that they are now working on 3 Star Wars games since the last earnings call, it's fair to say that Star Wars games are probably going to be a bit of a talking point for this call, and we should expect to hear something. Now, earnings calls aren't the most exciting things to listen to, but I will be covering it closely. I'll be the one, putting in the hard yards listening to it. So make sure you are subscribed with notifications on, because if anything does come out of it in that call, then you will know about it on this channel. It's scheduled to take place on the 10th of May, so about 2 weeks before Celebration, so stay tuned for that one. And of course, I wanted to touch on at the end of this video, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, because we've got some stuff going on for that game as well. And on May the 4th, the Mandalorian Season 2 character packs and the Bad Batch character packs will be dropping into the game. So there is plenty to look forward to for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. So it's fair to say that we have a pretty exciting month and a bit coming up for Star Wars games. And by the time June rolls around, things are going to be looking pretty damn good for us. After a completely dead and frustrating couple of years as Star Wars game fans, things are finally turning around, and we have stuff to be genuinely hyped for. So if you are looking forward to what's to be revealed for Star Wars games in the next month or so, then drop a like on this video and let me know what you want to see revealed in those comments below. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and have a good one.